Wow, this is totally uninspiring. Makes you feel a bit like you're in a trailer park.
I'm prepared to do as much as I can to get this house ready for market.
But here is where it gets interesting. Rob's ex-wife is also his real estate agent. When selling your home, less is more. And that's why I tell sellers to declutter and to depersonalise. But you can take that too far. There's a fine line between a sleek and stylish home and an unloved and cold one. And that's the difference between an unsellable house and an unstoppable seller. This quaint detached home has a sunroom, a home office, and original wood floors. Now, it's priced to sell at $385,900, yet the homeowner Rob hasn't received a single offer. It's been on the market for almost a month. So we got to get this house sold and him on the road. Robert, a budding novelist, is a single dad who lives with his daughter Sarah, a 16-year-old high school student. 2 years ago, after his divorce, he wanted a fresh start.
And I thought to myself, I needed a place that was mine. Plus, I also needed a place for my daughter.
At 53 years old, he soon realised that life was passing him by.
I'm looking to finish my novel, and what I'd like to do is move down south to Florida and live in the Keys.
To pay for his new life, Robert needs the equity in his home, and he's enlisted some unusual help.
My real estate agent, who is actually my ex-wife, came in here and had a good look at the house. And what she thought was that maybe just moving the furniture in the living room might be the best idea. I think she gave me good advice.
But the plan didn't work, and after almost a month on the market, 3 open houses and not one buyer, Robert is desperate to move.
When I had the open house, they weren't stunned. They didn't love the place. They didn't say, we want to be here.
Despite all the setbacks, Robert still believes he can achieve his lifelong ambition.
I'm prepared to do as much as I can to get this house ready for market. It's really important, and whatever it takes, I'll do.
Robert's house is in a very hot neighbourhood, perfect for singles and families alike. Posh stores have moved in beside local one-of-a-kind boutiques and restaurants. Detached family homes here sell for more than $400,000 in a mere 2 weeks. But Robert's house has been on the market for more than 4 weeks. With 3 open houses and 27 viewings, he hasn't had a single offer. From the outside, this looks like a great starter home, but it's attracted zero interest, so I need to get inside and find out why.
Wow, this is totally uninspiring. It's like a dumping ground. You've got a bike, old towels, boxes of paper. The window, it's not flush to the wall. Wiring, this is not a good start, and this could be a really cute sunroom.
What is this room meant to be?
This room is very odd. On one side, you've got these chairs. They're very, very big for the room. And then this side, you've got a sort of office feel going on. I wouldn't want to sit in this room. It's not very relaxing. And I wouldn't want to write in this room either. This room reminds me of a doctor's waiting room. Kind of lacks character and warmth. The walls are just plain white. And look, I'm looking onto a vinyl siding there. There's no curtains to distract you. It makes you feel a bit like you're in a trailer park. Old chewing gum. Nothing says buy me like old chewing gum. This is the most ginormous table. It is way too big for the room. This feels like a garden table. It should be under an awning in a sort of Italian villa. It does not fit in this kitchen. Again, a mix of styles. You've got the masculine appliances, and then you've got this sort of rustic 80s farmhouse kitchen, and then you've got the Italian. And look, we've even got a cherub. I can't work out who is winning the style wars at the moment, but it's not working. Neat and clean, just how I like it.
The master bedroom's a little rumpled. This house is suffering from some kind of personality deficit disorder. It is bland, it is charmless. The sunroom is a dumping ground, the living room's a doctor's waiting room, and the kitchen doesn't know what it is. It's a bachelor pad at present. Women often make the decisions when it comes to buying, so this house needs an injection of feminine charm and quick. The sooner Robert listens to my advice, the sooner he'll be living his dream in Florida.
Well, this house definitely has potential, but at the moment it's wasted because I feel that, without being too rude, the house at the moment kind of lacks a warmth and a feminine touch. It feels quite cold and impersonal.
And I just simply have bought the wrong furniture. So you can't blame the house. It's my fault.
You take the sunroom, you walk in, and it's a bit of a junk room at the moment.
Right.
You know, you need to wow people from the start.
Well, I'm glad you said that. I mean, I've never thought of it as a sunroom. I thought of it as a place to put my bike. So there's a big difference.
The study, you know, home offices are a great selling feature. As you know, you yourself work from home, so do a lot of other people.
Yeah, that's the office. I love it. I feel comfortable. Sometimes I'm up early in the morning doing research and, of course, writing.
So I'd really like to tighten up that room, make it a proper functioning office, get rid of the oversized chairs, and again, give it a bit more warmth and character.
Sure.
Because just because something's functional doesn't mean it has to lack character. You know, you can have both functionality and character in a room. Now, this room here, Robert. Do you actually use it much?
No, not at all. It's a bridge between the door and the kitchen.
It's cold, it's impersonal. Again, just we need some personality, Robert. We need to appeal to a broad range of people, and at a moment it's feeling very bachelor pad. Now the kitchen. It is really big. You've got two sources of light. It's bright. I don't think a table of this size is necessarily right for the room because it tends to make it smaller.
Right.
There's a bit of a mishmash of styles. Kitchens are one of the most important rooms when you're selling your house, and in this case, we really, really need to tie it up so, you know, you don't have this style wars going on at the moment.
You're right. I'd like everything to be swept in one kind of look and a uniformed look, by all means.
Ultimately, I think this house needs an injection of charm and some femininity to get it sold. Are you ready for that?
Yes, I am. Of course, I want to make it happen.
Brilliant.
Rob and his daughter Sarah have been living in their house for 2 years since he split from his wife. He wants to move to Florida and sell up, but he can't because his house lacks charm and personality. But here is where it gets interesting. Rob's ex-wife is also his real estate agent. I want to know whether this is affecting the sale, so I'm going to go and ask. Marietta, I have to ask, most people struggle to be in the same room as their ex-husbands. But you're his real estate agent. How does that affect the usual agent-client relationship?
Well, it does affect it because when I tell him to do something, he doesn't do it probably as willingly as he would for an outside agent. So I have to twist his arm and say, listen to me, you've got to do this. You've got to remove some of those things.
Okay. What I noticed when I walked in the house, first of all, I walked into the sunroom and there was like loose wiring, there was holes in the wall, the window wasn't flush. Did you tell him, Robert, if you continue to show your house in this state, it's unlikely you're going to get a sale anytime soon?
Yes, but I think he was seeing dollar signs in front of his eyes and not paying attention to the state of the house.
Now, what has the feedback been?
The kitchen needed some work, and I don't think it's quite up to what people were expecting. They, you know, people like things done nicely and finished off. And while he has some nice appliances, the way the kitchen was situated, and there was a rather large table in the middle of it, it didn't give you the sense of the large country kitchen that it really was. And women look for kitchens because that's what they're interested in, right?
I told him that. It's the right price, it's the right location. We need to get the condition up to scratch.
Oh, I think it'll go. It's a great property, definitely. It just needs some work.
It seems there may be a tug-of-war between Robert and his agent ex-wife that may be hindering a sale. That's why I don't recommend hiring a relative as your real estate agent. Now I'm going to go and show Robert what needs to be done. I'm taking him to a comparable house that sold in just 5 days for an unbelievable $57,000 above asking.
Come on in, Rob.
Thank you.
So, what are your initial gut reactions?
I like the open concept. I like the natural light that comes through the windows. It's very relaxing. It feels like home.
It does feel like home. It's quite feminine, it's warm, it's relaxing. But what I like about it is this is a sitting room you can actually imagine using, because yours is just a bridge really between your sitting room and your kitchen. So it's wasted space. And I think this is an easy to achieve look, and this is what we want in your house.
You're right, I agree.
Now come into the kitchen.
Sure.
What do you think works well in this kitchen?
Well, everything is together in a small space, which is good.
No, it's so true.
Okay.
This is quite small, this kitchen, compared to your kitchen.
Right.
But everything ties in.
Yeah.
Now, if the big black fridge was on its own, it would kind of look out of place. But you see the way they've boxed it in?
Yeah.
That ties it to this side of the kitchen.
And the cupboards are the same.
The cupboards are the same, but also you get more storage space.
Yeah, it's true.
And that, my friend, is what we're doing in your kitchen.
Oh, wow.
Now, the other thing I like about this kitchen is the sunroom that goes off it. Everything is finished.
Yeah, it's true.
Look, the
Where's
window
the bike,
treatment.
though? Shouldn't there be a bike in the
funny thing about
sunroom?
the bike is it's outside.
Oh, okay.
Yes, where bikes should go.
Right.
But you see, the window is flush to the wall. You've got a
Right.
few pieces of well-placed furniture.
Yeah.
Kind of imagine going in there and sitting down, having your morning cup of coffee,
Sure.
doing some research on your new bestseller. That's what I want buyers to feel when they walk into your sunroom. Rob, do you want to know how quickly this house sold?
Yeah, I do.
5 days.
Wow, it's crazy.
But the big news here is they got more than $50,000 over the asking price.
Wow.
Now, if we're going to get your house beautiful, we better get going.
Robert's house needs to be the same high standard if he wants a sale. Our contractor Anthony Sayers is here to make that happen.
I was reading poor Robert the riot act earlier and saying how his house was a bit of a bachelor pad. So how are we going to get this house up to scratch?
Well, the first thing we need to do is just try to finish off all the unfinished items in the sunroom. The baseboard, the casing around the windows, and the doors.
They seem like small jobs, but unfinished DIY is a real turn-off for buyers, especially if it's in the first 50 seconds of walking into the house.
Okay, moving into the living room here, we're gonna paint out the room.
I really like the fact that this room is painted a pale colour because that increases the sense of space, but just white sometimes can look quite stark, so some maybe warmer pastel colours.
Okay.
Okay. Moving into the kitchen, we just need to build a shelving unit around the fridge.
We box up the fridge, that's a really modern bit of the kitchen, and everything will sort of tie in and it will look more cohesive.
Yes.
Sure.
We've got quite a lot of work to do before we get to that stage. So, shall we?
Yep.
Yes.
Never underestimate the difference that decluttering makes when showing your home. Buyers don't want to see all your bits and bobs on display. People love a good snoop. Rid yourself of loose bits of paper and boxes full of junk. Get buyers to focus on the house. After all, that's why they're there. Oversized furniture gives the appearance of small rooms. Buyers need to see what they're spending $389,000 on. Wow, that was quick. Already Robert is more upbeat.
You know, as I'm going from room to room, I see how things are taking shape, and it really is, it's dramatic. It's great.
Building the cabinet for the fridge is necessary to attract the modern, savvy buyer.
You are making some fast progress.
Oh yeah. I just finished trying to build this box to cover the fridge.
So you're going to make it look like it matches the cabinets?
Yes.
And are you doing an island and a bonquette in the middle?
Yeah, the island's just gonna go right there. We removed the table already, so we'll just, as soon as I finish this, then we'll build the island, drop it in.
Now, can I do anything useful? Hold anything, stick anything, glue anything?
Maybe after this is dry and stuff, you can help fill the holes, and
I know when I'm not wanted, I'll leave you to it.
for now, you're not wanted.
Thank you.
Still in the kitchen, we're building an eating island with storage. In family-sized kitchens, buyers are on the lookout for as much storage space as possible. Adding complementary furniture rounds off the uniformity.
I'm just assembling these bar stools for the island cum dining area. And the best thing about them is they kind of match the appliances, the fridge and the oven. So hopefully we'll have ourselves a pretty attractive kitchen. Typical, I'm missing a screw.
There's no need to buy new furniture when selling your home. If what you own is in good condition and goes with your decor, just repurpose and reposition. Shoddy DIY is a surefire way of destroying any potential sale. You don't want to leave any unfinished items in your house. That's the first thing buyers' eyes will be drawn to, especially trim around windows. An easy fix is using MDF board and attaching it to fill the gaps. Even baseboards need to be finished off. Buyers are picky, especially when they're spending $389,000. With most of the building works complete, the light and bright paint is already improving the ambience of the house.
What a difference, huh? This is unbelievable the way this looks now.
Even Rob's coming round.
Right, there you go.
Okay.
What do you think about some of the new paint colours?
I thought they'd be more subdued, but I was wrong, and I love them. I think it really wakes the house up.
Tell you what it does do is it picks up the light really, really well.
That's exactly, yeah.
Buyers love nothing more than a well-scrubbed kitchen, so Anthony's sporting his battle gear ready to go to war.
Quick and inexpensive way to bring these towels back to life. I'm gonna use bleach. I'm gonna pour it on the grout lines, let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna use this brush and just scrub it, and it's gonna be like brand new. A couple things that you need to know about working with bleach. You gotta wear the proper safety gear, gloves, glasses. You don't wanna splash it onto your skin or into your eyes. And you wanna make sure that the room is properly ventilated. Look at that. Nice. It's like brand new.
With the renovations over, finishing touches give this house the price tag it deserves.
Plants and flowers are a subtle yet surefire way of adding a bit of a feminine touch. Having a place to sit when you first walk into the house is a great way of creating a relaxed atmosphere, and that is the perfect way to warm buyers up to the charms of the house. Make sure your curtains and blinds are hung level. If they're all wonky, it just looks untidy.
Rob's house has undergone a rapid transformation. But will buyers respond with an offer just as fast? Rob's house is now ready for showing. By injecting some colour and personality into this place, we've turned it from drab to fab. First impressions sell real estate. Robert's sunroom was an embarrassing dumping ground. After our changes, it's bigger, brighter and warmer. We've painted a distinguished neutral wheat on the walls. We've fixed the unfinished DIY, installed new blinds and added repurposed furniture. Robert's spare room confused buyers. Was it a study? Was it an office? We've now turned it into a functional, multi-purpose space. We found tub chairs from the living room, kept the desk and added a new ceiling light, and we didn't have to break the bank to do it. Oh, Robert's living room, so unloved and way too masculine. To keep costs down, we used his existing chairs and couch. The difference? Discreet feminine touches. Chic wall hangings, colourful accent pieces, and modern window treatments appeal to the important female buyer. Robert's kitchen was suited to a bachelor, not a busy family of 4. Now the buyer sees style, function and convenience in the eating island. We painted over the dated cupboards and boxed in the fridge for a sleek, modern look. Useful wall features complete the transformation to a contemporary family kitchen. At a total cost of $3,300, we've turned Rob's house into a warm and cosy, family-friendly home, revealing its true market potential. No longer is it the sad bachelor pad it once was.
To get potential buyers hooked, rooms must have some personality. Make sure they have attractive objects, colours and textures. Pay attention to detail. Leaving small jobs unfinished creates an impression that the house is in a state of disrepair, and that is a major turn-off to buyers. Make sure your furniture doesn't dominate the room. If it's oversized, it'll make the room look smaller, and that will not bring in the multiple offers you want.
We've injected loads of personality into this house, but will Robert and Sarah agree?
Wow.
Wow, this is wild, isn't it? Is that, you know what? I could actually see myself being very calm in here and spending a lot more time here. This rocks, huh?
So nice.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
When I moved in, the house is more like a place to lay my hat. Simple as that. But Sofie's and her team has taken it and turned it into a unique place to be. It's a great home now.
It's so nice now, and like I'm probably just gonna like cry when I leave. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Now the real test, the buyers.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Sophie. Nice to meet you.
Hi,
I'm
Scott.
Sophie. So, first things first, we've got the mudroom.
Okay.
Oh, it's so cute.
Excellent.
I love it.
That's handy in the winter, eh?
Yeah, I know, it's nothing worse than going straight into the sitting room and there being muddy boots around.
Absolutely.
It's so cute. Oh, this is cute.
Nice.
I love the island.
Oh yeah, you gotta have an island.
You have to have an island.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Come on through.
It's a cute little room. I need an office. And this would be nice because it's got nice light.
Well, this is very sweet. I love the color. It's nice and fresh.
Fantastic.
It's actually a color I'd use myself.
That's brilliant. It means you don't have to repaint when you move in.
That would be very nice. Oh, I really like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cozy, huh? It's got character.
So do you think this is an estate that you could just move right into?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's really cute.
So you're mentally moving in already?
Yeah.
With a bit of spit and polish and some careful rearranging of this great furniture, we've turned this from an unloved bachelor pad into a really warm and welcoming family home. And I think with its new magnetic drawer, we're going to have buyers lining up down the street.
In fact, 2 weeks after we completed this house, it sold for just under asking price. This house is unsellable no more.
Been on the market for over 3 months. It is so drab.
It hasn't been painted.
We want to give it a bit more personality.
This is what it takes, this is what it takes.
Feels more like a psychiatrist's office. When developers build subdivisions, the houses tend to look like carbon copies of each other, and trying to set your house apart when making a sale can be tough. You need great presentation, a good agent, and just the right timing. And that's where I can help.
At $429,000, this detached home, linked only at the garage, is 2,000 square feet, has 3 bedrooms, walkout basement, and a double garage.
It's been on the market for over 3 months, and the homeowners, Andy and Emily, are at their wits' end. They're sick to death of their commute and they'd like to move closer to their work, but they can't until we can get this place sold.
Andy is a website developer and his wife Emily a nurse. They bought this house close to where Emily grew up.
I feel safe here, and my parents live 2 minutes away. I love our house. We thought it was going to be our forever home.
They thought they'd be starting a family here, but
The reason why we want to move is because we're so far away from where we work.
Our commute is too much.
By the time we get home, we're just like, who wants to do anything? When we have kids, we want to live closer to home.
they thought it would be an easy sale.
We had one agent and we put our house up for about 3 months, and we just didn't have a lot of activity on the house, really, like just in terms of people coming over.
So they got a new real estate agent.
We've actually switched agents now. We've been sort of watching her progress throughout our neighborhood, and we like what we see.
There's lots of hope with a new agent.
But so far no offers and the clock is ticking.
We need to sell this house because the drive is killing us, and we want to move on to the next stage of our life, having a family.
Andy and Emily's house is nestled in a new lakeside community where young families come to escape city prices. Nature trails, good schools, and the beach make it a highly desirable neighborhood. The houses here run for $450,000 and sell in about 10 days.
If this house is so shiny and new, why is it not selling? I'm going to get to the bottom of it and have a look. Quite an interesting layout, but they've kept the builders white, which can make it a little drab. I guess this is the sitting room. Feels more like a psychiatrist's office. You've got these 2 lounge chairs pointing in opposite directions. you've got this big old bookshelf. It's messy. This is a very, very uninviting space. It's possibly the most clinical living room I have ever been in. Wow. This is a masterclass on how to make a compact kitchen feel even smaller. Every inch of surface area in this kitchen is filled up. The three things buyers look for in a kitchen is cleanliness, storage space, and prep space. Now, this kitchen's fine on the cleanliness front, but the storage and prep space, it's lacking. I wasn't expecting a music room. I think most people are expecting to see a dining room, as the majority of people aren't musicians, but everyone needs somewhere to eat. Again, you get a sense that it's set up for just 2 people. There's only 2 chairs in here, like in the sitting room. Doesn't feel like there's enough space for a family. And there's obviously a bit of a storage problem. And there's only 2 of them, and that is going to be an issue for buyers. This is a great sized master bedroom, but it is so drab. Nothing on the walls. This room could be fantastic, but it's all right, and all right does not sell houses. This is a good-sized house with lots of bedrooms and presumably quite a few closets. And these clothes should be in those closets. They shouldn't be on display. Buyers don't want to see your clothes, but it's a nice size room. Quite a strange position for the light fixtures. Now, this would be a great family room, but again, it leaves me feeling cold. There's all this clutter, there's things exploding from the shelves. It just doesn't feel cozy. And you've got this dead space here, which just houses an exercise machine. And that's a space that could be much better used for something else. This house was only built 3 years ago, so the steps should not be wobbling by now. I can see why this house hasn't received any offers and why the homeowners have found a new real estate agent. It's like it's doing everything it can not to stand out from the crowd. It's like the homeowners and the old real estate agent thought that this house would just sell because it's new, but they're wrong. We have to give this house a serious personality injection, make it stand out from the crowd and get it sold. If Andy and Emily want their house sold, they'll need to listen to what I have to say. Andy, Emily, tell me about your real estate agent. You had some difficulties with them?
More of a communication issue. We didn't get a lot of feedback coming in from him.
So now you're moving on with a new real estate agent?
Yes.
I'm really pleased that you've decided to make a move, because I know a lot of people just stick with the real estate agents that they're not getting along with for far too long. This is a good house, and I really like the layout, but I think we can definitely make it a bit more exciting. Starting with the white builder's paint. We want to give it a bit more personality, especially because we're living in a subdivision here. So all the houses are identical.
Right.
You want yours to be the best on the block. Now, tell me about the living room. I was quite surprised when I walked in. I was like, do they sit in here?
Everyone always gravitates to those chairs and they lie down and they start pouring out.
Someone plays psychiatrist and someone plays patient, so they always joke about that.
We definitely need to make that more of a living room. But at the moment, it feels like this house is only set up for 2 people. More likely, it's going to be a family who's going to buy this, or someone who wants to start a family. Now I move to the music room. I think we really need to have a dining area. Will you be all right with that?
Yes.
Then we move down to this room. Do you use your exercise machine?
I think the last time we used it was probably a couple months ago.
I'd like to pack it up into the garage. And as you don't use it, I don't think you'll be that fussed about it, will you?
Probably won't miss it.
Because you really, really want to sell your house, don't you?
Yeah.
I hear the commute is driving you crazy.
It is. Yeah, it's insane.
And I do think that we can make this house look considerably better. So you prepared to give me a hand?
Yes.
Brilliant.
This house is a bit of a tricky one. It's been on the market for 3 months with no interest. So the homeowners decided to switch agents. They didn't feel he was working for them, and communication had broken down. So I'm going to go and ask Susan, their new agent, what she's going to do to drive some energy into the sale. Susan, what were your thoughts when you walked in the house?
It was very bland. You're competing with some model homes which are still in progress, so you want to show your house as best as possible in competing with those homes.
How did you get this listing?
Andy and Emily had listed with another agent and they were not able to sell it. I worked the area and they called me.
Why were they unhappy with him?
I don't think he did anything to prep them for the sale, such as decluttering or painting even, which is a low-cost fix.
How do you think a homeowner can improve the relationship with a real estate agent?
I think it's important that the clients and realtors know exactly what they're getting into up front. Also, I think communication throughout the process is very important.
Because I think that's one of the problems that Andy and Emily had with their real estate agent was they weren't getting that communication. They weren't getting any feedback. So what are you going to do differently?
Well, I do a lot of marketing within the area, and I also promote it on my website, and I hold a lot of open houses until we get the house sold.
Now, $429,000, is that in keeping with the neighborhood?
Oh, I think it's definitely in keeping with the neighborhood.
So do you think once we go in and give the rooms definition, give them color and character, are you confident the house is going to sell?
I'm more than confident that the house will sell.
To get that sale, Andy and Emily need to check out the competition. This house sold in 2 days for $10,000 above the asking price. So here we have the sitting room. It's very, very decluttered. It's very, very clean. Do you like it?
It's very warm and inviting, cozy.
Exactly. Now, personally, I'd have painted it a slightly lighter color, but it's got more warmth than the builder's white. And look, there are sofas and chairs. That's what's missing in your living room at the moment, because you need people to walk in and imagine themselves using this room.
Well, there's no place to sit down and analyze each other.
Well, I can't wait for you to come and analyze the dining room.
All right.
This is what people are expecting to see. I love your piano. I think it's really, really attractive, and we're definitely going to incorporate it in the sitting room. But unless people see a dining room table in a space, a lot of people just don't get their head around it. So we just want something like this. Now, interestingly, this is exactly the same size as your kitchen. Now, you have a better kitchen because it's much newer, but they've kept it immaculately. And also, look at all the space everywhere. In your kitchen, there's so much stuff. What you want to do when you sell your house, look what they've got. They've got the microwave and a kettle. That's all you need. Get rid of anything else. This house sold for $10,000 over asking price in just 2 days.
Oh, wow. 2 days?
2 days.
Wow.
And you've got to remember that your house is newer and in a better location.
Yes.
So you should be feeling positive right now.
I'm feeling a lot more positive.
Well, should we head home then and do some work?
All right.
To make Andy and Emily's house equally sellable, our general contractor, Anthony Sayers, is here to help. This is a good house, and it's got a very interesting layout. But at the moment, it's lacking that certain je ne sais quoi. We need to make it stand out from the others in the subdivision. And Anthony here is going to help us do that. First things first, the family room downstairs. There's this great little nook at the end of the room, which only has a sort of sad-looking exercise machine in. I'd like to get rid of the sad exercise machine and replace it with a home office.
That's a great idea, and we'll just make that space more usable than what it is now.
Because when you're selling, the most important thing is to use all your available space. And also, quite strange lighting fixtures in those rooms. You've got one there and then one sort of on an angle.
You don't like that?
No, no.
We'll just clean that up, and we'll just cap one of the light fixtures.
And also, I stuck my head out into the garden, and I noticed as I walked onto the step, it was a little wobbly. When you're buying a house like this, which is relatively new, people want it to be maintenance-free. I'd just like to fix that. Is that possible?
Of course it is.
The good thing about this house is there's very little to do in terms of construction. I think the main jobs are going to be painting, rearranging the rooms, sort of storage solutions. But your house is going to look fantastic when we're finished with it. But first things first, let's get rid of that exercise machine. Decluttering doesn't only mean getting rid of large pieces.
Oh, that's so heavy. Oh.
Smaller ones can create clutter as well. Books and DVDs can be an eyesore when they fill an entire wall.
I thought that we weren't pack rats, and I thought that we were pretty, I think we kept it pretty low.
Obviously, we want to do what we can to sell the house. So if this is what it takes, this is what it takes.
Andy and Emily want to start a family, but they're stuck in this house until it sells. They haven't had one offer in 3 months. We've only got 3 days before the open house, so Anthony's starting on the wobbly step.
First things first, I'm gonna remove the actual step.
Right.
And then I'm gonna use this brick repair. I'm gonna run a bead of mortar all the way around. And then I'm gonna use these wedges or shims to kind of just shim it into place so that it doesn't rock anymore. And then I'll cut the shim, and then I'll run another bead to close whatever gap is at the bottom.
I think it's better that if everything's in order, nothing's wobbly or broken.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference, for sure.
Especially with a house like this, it's new. Everything should be well maintained. Andy, I see you started the painting.
Yeah?
How long do you live with the builder's white?
3 years now. I guess we haven't painted because we didn't know what color we wanted, really.
I think this one is going to add a bit of richness to the bedroom because it's a fantastic size and it's got the ensuite bathroom and it's got a big closet, and that's what people really want in master bedrooms. But you know what I mean? It just looked a little... didn't really pop out before.
Yeah.
So I'll leave you to it, Andy.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you.
So what do you think of the colour, Emily?
I think this is a gorgeous color. I really like it.
The paint is going to make such an amazing difference. It's going to really brighten the house up and make it stand out from all the other houses.
Yeah, I think so too.
What we want to do is we want to take this light fixture down and we want to cap it. It's too close to the other light fixture. We don't want to draw attention to it. So I've already turned the power off from the electrical panel. I'm going to unscrew the whole fixture and just marette the wires and tape them up, stick them in the box, and just cover it with this cover plate. All done.
Messy projects should be built a distance away from the makeover area so you don't damage fresh paint or new decor already in place.
Wow. We are doing great guns on the desk.
You like?
I love it.
Nice.
What more have you got to do?
What's left is just to add these couple trim pieces, screw the tabletop down to the cabinets, and then caulk whatever gaps against the wall, paint it out, and we're good to go.
And then the buyer will get a desk rather than an empty space.
Yes.
I'll leave you to the good work.
Awesome, thank you.
With the transformation almost complete, finishing touches will set Andy and Emily's house apart from the rest. Potted plants on the floor don't do a great deal apart from maybe trip you up, but if you raise them up to eye level, they immediately become part of the decor and they add life to the room. Leaving season decorations up might get buyers thinking that the homeowners are a bit neglectful and wondering if there's other areas of the house that they haven't maintained, so just take them down. I love ottomans. You can use them for storage, extra seating, and they even double up as coffee tables. Andy and Emily's house is now ready to receive an offer. What will buyers think? This house is no longer suffering from the plain white blues. We've introduced this place to colour, and I know buyers are going to love it. Andy and Emily's living room was lifeless. It turned buyers off. Now, colourful paint adds depth. We've moved the piano into this room, a new couch creates a focal point, and to complete the transformation, a cosy rug and matching accessories give this room the model home look it needs. A music room is a nice touch if the house wasn't for sale. We've reused the kitchen table and chairs, as well as a tub chair from the living room. The beautiful chandelier adds much-needed sophistication. A lick of paint and matching curtains get buyers to imagine themselves around the table. After a major declutter, the kitchen shows like a dream. The countertops are revealed, the walls have been updated, and we've added a new table and chairs. Competing against model homes is hard, so bedrooms need to be special. We've kept most items, however, a splash of colour gives a warm and inviting feel. Complementary curtains add luxury. Contemporary bed linens complete the transformation into a glamorous master retreat. The family room looked more like a storage area than a place to unwind, but we've made it a downstairs retreat. We've painted it a soft grey, cleaned the couch and added throw cushions, and built in a desk so the room now doubles as an office area. This basement is now inviting. This cookie-cutter home is now anything but. We've changed the builder's white to a homeowner's delight. New colours, added room function and a sophisticated feel give this house a model home look that any young family would be proud to call their own.
Just because a house is new doesn't mean it's an instant seller. It still has to have buyer appeal, character, colour and warmth. When choosing an agent, shop around because they're not all created equal. Ask in the neighbourhood, go to some open houses, check out the local papers, get personal recommendations, and don't be fooled by flashy advertising campaigns. When you're signing up an agent, lay your expectations down on the table. Communication, their availability, marketing, they're all key. And if you feel your agent is not performing, you have every right to find a new one.
Now that we've added character, what will Andy and Emily's reaction be?
Oh my goodness. This is so nice.
Oh.
This is too much.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness. This is
This
amazing.
doesn't even look like our own.
I know, like those were there and the piano and new drapes.
I didn't even know this room could look like this. Wow.
This is so nice. And look,
They haven't. It's like totally into the wall and everything.
like a built-in.
Wow. If I was a potential buyer coming in, I would be just like, wow, this is a great house. So I'm hoping people feel that way.
I have every confidence that they will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, have we made their agent's job any easier?
Wow. It has the contemporary feel that people are looking for in this area. It's absolutely fabulous. Incredible. This is what it's meant to be. It's meant to be a dining room.
I almost feel I should have a drum roll for this.
Incredible.
Because remember, Susan, what it looked like before?
It was lacking that wow factor, and this is it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is great.
So I always think that the three things you need when you're selling your house are a good location. Well, this is a fantastic location. You need a good price, and you also need good presentation.
And I think this house has all three key components to selling a house.
Have we made your job a little easier?
Yes, that's for sure.
And what about potential buyers?
Wow.
Wow is good.
So beautiful.
So beautiful.
It's a nice house. Great.
So is this going to be a big enough size for you?
Yes,
So it's a great size, yeah. We can
With
sit on it
hutch,
for
matching dining
friends.
table. This looks good.
Wow.
It's wonderful, beautiful.
Is this the kind of style you like?
Yeah, this is something what we are looking for.
Really?
This is perfect for us.
Now, the price is $429,000.
The price is reasonable.
The price is reasonable.
Yes.
So, a maybe then. Definitely maybe.
Yeah, we are.
This house is outstanding, and Andy and Emily are on track for a sale.
And just 10 days after the Unsellables team left, Andy and Emily sold their house for the full $429,000. Now they can finally move on, buy a house close to their work and start a family.
Candace and Fulton's home is so full of junk.
This mess has put a strain on our marriage.
If you haven't used it in the last 6 months, it goes. Just accumulated junk. Selling your home is a tricky business. On the one hand, you want to get it over and done with as soon as possible. You don't want to invest time and money in a property you're going to unload. But on the other hand, your house has to be looking at its best to sell. My job is to give advice on how to turn unsellable houses into unstoppable sellers.
This 2-story detached house has a sunroom, a living dining combination and 3 bedrooms. It's listed at $489,000, but owners Candace and Fulton haven't had any bites in 6 weeks.
They're newlyweds, they want to start a family, so they need a bigger house, and I'm here to turn their dream into a reality.
Candace, a physiotherapist, and husband Fulton, a sports fanatic, got married a year ago.
I've been a bachelor for, I guess, 8 years, and I've owned the house for 9.
After I got married, I moved into Fulton's house with my own personal belongings. However, it turns out to be a disaster. Fulton has sentimental attachment to many, many belongings in the house.
Yes, I admit I am a pack rat.
And it's that junk that's tearing this newlywed couple apart.
This mess has put a strain on our marriage. We have no space for my stuff.
So we're thinking that by moving and starting fresh again, that might give us a clean canvas to begin our lives together.
To save their marriage, they need to move.
We really need a fresh start.
Candice and Fulton's home is located in a very desirable neighbourhood. It's a hop, skip and a jump to one of the city's largest green spaces. With its mix of elegant turn-of-the-century mansions and newer builds, houses usually sell within a week. But Candice and Fulton's house has been on the market for 6 weeks at slightly below the average price for the neighbourhood. It should have sold by now. Something must be very wrong.
From the outside, this looks like a really great starter home, but they haven't received a single offer, and I need to find out why. You have got to be kidding me. I have never, in all my days, seen this much junk. And this is supposed to be a first impression? If I was a buyer, I'd be running out that door. I'm not surprised. It doesn't get any better. It's a shame, because you've got nice sofa, nice chairs, open plan concept. Do I see any of that? Nope. You got a baseball, you got a volleyball, you got flags, you got another Chinese hat. Now, what is this? Is it a pillow? Is it... I mean, I have no idea. And even if it is a pillowcase, it's way too big for the chair. Just accumulated junk. Why have they got an office chair right up against their dining room? They have their artificial Christmas tree still on display. I mean, look, her shoes are under the drinks cabinet. This is a real turn-off. This is not a bad kitchen. There's a lot of storage space, there's a lot of prep space. It's a really nice size, but they are doing their level best to disguise the fact. Look at the ceiling. The paint is peeling off. Now that's gonna make a lot of buyers think there's a damp problem. What is in here? Why do you need a bag full of restaurant napkins? This is a jar full of broken bits of candle. That's not normal. This whole floor could be great. You've got a nice big sitting room dining leading onto a big kitchen. But instead, it's a complete mess.
The clutter continues upstairs, and that's not the worst of it.
There's a hole in the door. It's missing a handle. The door jamb has been pulled off. That is not a good first impression. The foot of the bed's come off and is being used as a clothes horse. There's all these cables coming down from the television. Messy, chaotic master bedrooms do not sell houses.
Buyers should be leaving with a sense of the house's space and potential, but with the junk floor to ceiling, they can't see the wood from the trees, and it makes this house completely and utterly unsellable. If Candice and Fulton want to sell this house and save their marriage, they need some sense knocked into them.
Fulton, Candice, you cannot sell a house in this state. You do realise that, don't you? Now, Candice, you must really be in love to be able to coexist in this space.
It's been hard living here. I've been trying to make space for myself, and I'm doing constant decluttering.
Sunroom? It's not a sunroom. The windows are blocked with junk.
I don't know what to say, Sofie. 9 years of living in the same place, I've just collected a lot of stuff.
I mean, just look at this table. What is this? And what, more importantly, what is it doing on your dining room table?
We've decluttered some. I think there was a lot more prior to this.
I understand this is sentimental, but you've got to get rid of it. So, sunroom. We're gonna just empty it out. We're gonna organize it. In here, I want to be able to see the floor. I want to place the furniture in a traditional way. Sitting room, dining room, and then in the kitchen, we're just gonna completely clear it out. Now, is that water damage?
I think it's just over time the paint's come off, yeah.
We're gonna turn the master bedroom into a proper master bedroom. What happened to the bed? It's like you've pulled off the bottom of the bed so you can use it to hang your clothes. Buyers need to be able to see this house's size and potential. And for them to be able to do that, we'll need to do a ruthless declutter. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Good, high five.
Candace and Fulton's two-storey brick home has good bones and it's in a fantastic neighbourhood, but it is so full of their junk that buyers can't see its true potential. It's not surprising they haven't got any offers because buyers literally can't see what they're buying. That's why I'm really intrigued to meet the real estate agent, because surely she's tried to show Candace and Fulton the light. Susan, have you told them that selling a house in that state with that amount of clutter is almost impossible?
Oh, absolutely. I sat down with them and I said, we have to get rid of this. You can't see anything. You need to call a junk company and you need to be ruthless. And Fulton would chuckle. He had a greater emotional attachment to everything than Candace did.
It must be incredibly frustrating for you. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's not great. When I came the first time and told them what they needed to do, and I got the nods, yes, we're gonna do that. And then I came back about 2 weeks later, and I looked and I went, so what have you done?
Now, have you had any feedback from potential buyers who have walked in the house?
Just that they can't really walk in the house.
So, once we've decluttered, sorted out the front of the house, made the master bedroom look like a master bedroom rather than a frat dorm at 489 in this neighbourhood, do you think we've got a good chance of a quick sale?
I certainly hope so. That's the objective.
I need to succeed where Susan has failed and prove to Candace and Fulton that a complete declutter is the only way to get a sale. So showing them a home that's sold in 7 days at 10% over asking should do the trick.
What are your first reactions when you walk in?
Very clean. There's no clutter. It's clear.
It's empty.
Nice.
It doesn't feel like anybody's living in this space.
It's not empty. What they've done is they've chosen things carefully. It's a beautiful room.
It's very calming.
Now come on through to the dining room. What are your feelings about this?
There's nothing on the dining table.
Exactly. When I walk into your dining room, I can't actually imagine eating on the dining room table because of the amount of clutter. I mean, do you have people around a lot in your house?
Not as much with all the clutter recently.
I think what they've done in this kitchen is really, really clever.
I noticed there's plenty of prep space. I could probably cook many meals here.
It's also really, really, really clean.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, come upstairs.
Wow.
Now, I really, really like this bedroom, and do you know what? It made me feel happy as soon as I walked in. You know, you can see the details in this house. You're not looking at all the clutter. You don't feel hemmed in.
You can see the house. It feels really calming. Yeah.
It is hard to keep a house in this condition, but this is what you have to do if you want to sell. It's gonna involve some, you know, willpower and dedication, but it's worth it.
Absolutely.
Now, I know that this house was popular because it sold in 7 days for 10% over asking price.
Wow.
Yeah.
They deserve it.
To make Candace and Fulton's house sell just as fast, contractor Anthony says has his work cut out for him.
Anthony, will you tell Candace and Fulton what you're going to do to get this house sold?
First things first, we need to address the sunroom. I think you need to create more storage space.
Definitely.
So if we just create some horizontal and vertical storage, that will tidy up the room and just keep it clean, right?
Sure. The main work here will be the decluttering, so buyers can see the true proportions of this house.
Next is the ceiling in the kitchen here. It looks like you mixed oil and latex together, so that's why it's bubbling like that. We just need to strip the paint and repaint it.
Okay.
Upstairs, the door frame and the door needs to be replaced.
Sure.
That's a quick fix, and it shouldn't actually be left like that.
Oh, I don't want to start. Come
I have
on.
so much to do.
Let's go.
Okay.
Are we good?
Letting go of 9 years of accumulated junk isn't easy.
Think of me as quality control. If you haven't used it in the last 6 months, it goes. It's simple and brutal.
And don't even try to declutter by stuffing everything into a closet. Buyers love opening closet doors, and if it's stuffed to the rafters, they'll suspect there's a storage problem.
This should have been done long time ago.
You're doing yourself a favor by getting rid of what you don't need now, so you don't lug it unnecessarily to your next property.
Fulton, if you put that deflated exercise ball in storage, I will lose my marbles completely. Give it here. Come on.
It's been tough, but it's a little liberating.
Newlyweds Candace and Fulton have to sell their house to save their marriage, so Fulton has to part with 9 years of accumulated junk.
Garbage. Garbage. No, I feel better. I do feel better. Throw it out.
But clutter isn't the only thing turning buyers off, and we have just 3 days till the open house.
Some of the feedback from buyers has been this step is bust. How are we going to fix it?
Well, it's a quick fix. So first we need to clean out whatever loose concrete and debris is in there. You just need to chip away at it. Right? And then just vacuum it out or sweep it out. Probably
Not with a regular vacuum.
No.
With an industrial.
Yes.
I don't want someone ruining their brand new vacuum.
Yeah, the shop vac would be the best.
Okay, so you hoover it out with an industrial vacuum, then?
Then you mix up some concrete, and I've got the special adhesive. You can
So
pour some of that bonding agent into this bucket, and then I'll just brush the area that we're gonna put the concrete.
Okay.
This will just help bond the new concrete to the old concrete. And then we're ready for concrete.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna take some of this. And then I will just use my trowel. Just kind of get it into those edges there. Okay?
Well, I might leave you to it then.
Okay.
Candace is finishing the decluttering, and with the sunroom now clear, Anthony can work his magic.
The sunroom is lacking in storage, so we need to create more storage for the actual room. So what I'm gonna do is build 3 separate cubby holes, and then I'll mirror the same thing underneath. 1, 2, 3. Once it's all built, we just prime it and paint it, and it'll be beautiful like the rest of this room. A project like this might be a little ambitious for a regular homeowner, so you might want to start with something more basic and work your way up to something like this, or hire a professional to do this.
You can't sell a house with peeling paint on the ceiling. Buyers will think it's water damage.
I missed all the stuff coming down from the ceiling.
Yeah, you do.
I'm so happy, Anthony. Finally, there is room to breathe in this house.
Yes.
All that rubbish is gone.
Yeah, no, it's nice that it's all gone.
Oh,
for
it's
sure.
amazing. Now, how are we going to fix the ceiling, then?
Well, first, we just need to scrape off any loose paint. It was caused because of they mix oil and latex together, so that's what caused the bubble.
Right.
And then you can plaster it.
Yeah.
And then let it dry, and then sand it, and then paint the whole ceiling.
Is it going to dry in time? Because it's a bit damp now.
It should be done in like half an hour.
Anyway, I suppose if the ceiling is still wet during the open house, no one's going to knock into it and get paint on the back of there.
No, that'll be.
No one will know. Okay, brilliant. Well, I'll let you get to it.
Okay, excellent.
Taking down those nasty blinds lets the sun in. This space is getting a fresh coat of paint. Remember, white, light and bright sells. Clearing out the dining room revealed the chairs, and they needed reupholstering. But it's a cheap and easy fix.
Easy peasy. Ta-da.
Now that Anthony has done the kitchen ceiling, revealing the hidden countertops and freeing up wall space, some good old-fashioned elbow grease to clean the grime will add value. Buyers loathe a dirty kitchen.
And it's amazing, it looks so much fresher in here already. And now all the clutter's gone, you can actually see the kitchen cabinets and the storage.
In the bedroom, we're replacing the frame and using a brand new door with hinges already attached. It costs a little bit more, but it's less labor-intensive. When all the work is complete, fluffing the house is the last thing on your list.
Clean windows, let more light in. And goodness knows this house needs it. So clean your windows, and if you can't do it yourself, hire someone else to. While we're on the topic of light, keep your rooms bright. Dimly lit can read as dingy, so make sure the lamps are all on. If you've got buyers coming round, open the windows and let the fresh air in. There is nothing worse than a smelly, stuffy house. Just doing a bit of weeding and getting the rubbish out the flower beds.
Now that Candice and Fulton's mess is in order, will buyers jump at their clutter-free home?
After a massive decluttering job, the lovely features in this home are beautifully showcased.
This whole house was testament to Fulton's obsession with collecting junk, especially in the sunroom. The change is breathtaking. We threw out 90% of it. We took the blinds off the windows, built storage units at the back of the room, and repurposed some chairs to watch the sunset. Potential buyers will immediately fall in love. The living room was in the same sorry state, but we've changed all that. We kept a few pieces of furniture of the same design, added some drapery, accessories, and a lick of paint. The room now ensures buyers will stay for good. We could barely see the old dining room, but it's amazing what decluttering can do. We've added some inexpensive wall hangings, plants, and an area rug to convert this into an elegant dining space. Candice and Fulton's old kitchen had great bones, but again, all that clutter. We got rid of the junk, patched up the ceiling, and spruced up the walls with new paint. This kitchen is now the sparkling heart this home needed. I doubt buyers would have made it as far as the old master bedroom, but now we've replaced the damaged door and frame, taken the TV off the wall, and added clean, fresh sheets and pillows. Now this master bedroom radiates a zen-like calm. At a total cost of $3,600, decluttering Candice and Fulton's home has untapped its potential as a market winner. We've turned it into an upscale, romantic, and sellable house. It's no longer the eyesore it once was.
Declutter, declutter, then declutter some more, because less is definitely more when you're trying to create an attractive environment for potential buyers. Tour your house, watching where your eyes go. Peeling paint, decrepit doors, crumbling stairs, all make your home feel shabbier than it needs to. So fix and replace deteriorating areas, because you don't want to ruin that impression. When you're selling your house, you have to look like you care about it. If buyers think you've just shoved a for sale sign in the front yard and you're not even trying to make your house look appealing, they will walk out the front door and never come back.
Decluttering complete. But will Fulton take to the changes?
Oh my god, this is not the same sunroom. Wow. See, this is our furniture, but they look so much better now.
It looks so good.
Okay, see, this is a dining table, Fulton. It should be like this. If I walk in, I would buy this place. Oh my god, those clutters all gone, Fulton. I love it.
Doors fixed.
The TV's gone. All those crazy cables are gone.
Wow.
It's romantic.
It's incredible.
This is how I always want a family and a home to look like.
I feel a little ashamed that she couldn't get a chance to enjoy it in the state that it's in.
Fulton has finally seen the light, but what will buyers think?
So guys, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for something as a starter home.
Right. Well, as you can see, you come straight into the sunroom, and there's a lot of storage there.
Yeah, that's really nice for the storage.
I think it's really nice, clean and cozy. Yeah. I think it's just perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Can't do better than perfect.
Wow, this is really nice. I like. Nice and bright.
Yep.
I really like cooking, so this would be my space.
This is my space.
I like the layout of this house.
With a big smile when you walked in.
Yeah, it's cozy.
It is cozy. So you'll be bringing your husband back and your daughter back.
I will.
Fantastic.
This home now shows beautifully, and now the home can actually be seen for everything it has to offer. And buyers agreed. Shortly after the Unsellables team left, Candace and Fulton sold their house for 96% of the asking price. We've turned this house from unsellable to sold.